Hello there. Well, here's another new e-alert, and this time it's about the works and the life of W Swanton, Jim Swanton. His books, his photographs, and his dedicated preservation of all the documents and letters and photographs in his life. Much of the material is linked to his friend and his biographer, David Rayvern Allen. We'll soon be following this with a similar listing connecting John Arlott with David Rayvern Allen. And indeed, after perhaps a break, there'll be even more of the same. We have listed much of this sort of material before about these people, but they were special people and they preserved such a lot during their lives. And in Jim Swanton's case, that life was nearly 93 years. So there's a lot to get through. Jim Swanton was, of course, as I'm sure you all know, a unique figure in the cricket world, in BBC broadcasting, journalism with the Daily Telegraph, writing classic books, researching history, big figure in the MCC establishment of cricket. And in his case, he even ran his own cricket team and organised and captained and took them on tours abroad. So quite a life. John Arlott was, of course, a very different personality and background, but very similar in that connection between the BBC, the journalism, books, cricket history, and of course they were both world famous. David Rayvern Allen was also a successful figure in the BBC, also into cricket book writing. He did write 40 cricket books in his spare time, researched much history, and was also a key figure in the MCC Museum. So there's quite a connection between those three people. As well as their great successful lives creating so much in cricket literature, they were, all three of them, dedicated collectors. One might say obsessive collectors, as indeed one might about some of us. And they were determined to collect material, but also keep their own archives with their own life story, well organised and catalogued. I was very close friends with David Rayvern Allen for many years, and indeed I wrote his life story after he passed away, as instructed by him. And David, at different times in his life, was very close to John Arlott and Jim Swanton. And of course, he wrote the definitive biographies of each of those great characters. I worked with Arlott and Swanton, but it was Swanton that I got to know pretty well in the later years of his life. In fact, here's a photograph of the two of us working on the first book we published of Jim's, Arabs in Aspic. We're being overlooked by J. Paul Getty at the time. Anyway, in all three cases, Swanton, Arlott, David Rayvern Allen, I took over all of their libraries, their collections, their archives after each one passed. And now here is a small selection of some more E.W. Swanton material. And there's Arlott and DRA to follow. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Everybody's restless and they got no place to go. Someone's always trying to tell them something they already know. So their anger and resentment flow. But don't it make you wanna rock and roll all night long? Mohammed's radio. I heard somebody You know the sheriff's got his problems too. He will surely take them out on you. In walks the village idiot, and his face is all aglow. He's been up all night listening to Mohammed's radio. Though it make you wanna rock and roll all night long, Mohammed's radio. I heard somebody singing sweet and soulful on the radio, Mohammed's radio. Everybody's desperate, trying to make ends meet. Work all day, still can't pay the price of gasoline and meat. Alas, their lives are incomplete. Don't it make you wanna rock and roll all night long, Mohammed's radio. I heard somebody singing sweet and soulful on the radio, Mohammed's radio. You've been up all night listening for his drum,
Up all night,
hoping that the righteous might just come.
just ain't right.
I heard the general whispering to his aide de camp,